Hey guys, making here a quick video response to Kids 171 question of the week, which is a pretty straightforward question. He asked, what do you prefer, cartridges or discs, as far as gaming media? And I'm gonna have to go with I guess a predictable answer and go with cartridges. It offers some advantages in the sense that there's no loading times, and it's the type of media that I grew up with. I grew up playing Nintendo and then moved on to the Super Nintendo and then the N64, but I also played other systems when I was a kid, the Genesis, Master System and whatnot. So I have a soft spot in my heart for cartridges, and it's it's a little bit of a nostalgia value, I guess, but I think the cartridge-based products, not only the games, but the hardware itself tends to be more durable. It just seems to be better built. For example, I still have, well, back home in my mom's house, I still have my Super Nintendo, and it works fine, even though it's really old and I really abuse the heck out of the system. And also my Nintendo 64, which I don't have right now, but it was working fine. And on the other hand, I have my GameCube, which it works, for the most part it works. It turns on, but the optical lens died, which I'm not surprised. I played my GameCube so much, but it's one of those things that I think the hardware that it's based on disc games, they wear out faster. But yeah, this is the media that I prefer. Cartridges, they're unfortunately, as far as storing this, it's a little bit harder because they take more room, they take more space. But that's part of the fun of collecting cartridge-based games. They come in their own box. The box have the manuals, and even though discs are the same, I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. And discs, they have loading times, and or some games don't have. Some of the first-party Nintendo games like Smash Brothers Melee, surprisingly, they don't have loading times, or they're very small. But one of the reasons why I don't like having this game is, I'm going to use this as an example. Now, I don't have a 360, and you may be asking, why do I have this game? It's because I got it for free from my roommate, like back when I was in college, and I decided to keep this. I don't have a 360, but for collection purposes. But the reason he gave it to me for free is because the disc got scratched. Like it has like a very slight scratch, and the game just wouldn't work. So I'm sure if I take this to one of those resurfacing machines or whatever that they have, I'm sure if this game receives that treatment, is going to work fine. But it's that kind of thing that bothers me a little bit. You have to be way more careful with discs, because if they get scratched, they may not run as well, or you may even ruin the game. But some nice things is that they're easy to store. You just put like a media cabinet, and they don't take up any room. So yeah, and I think it would have been nicer if the question was what do you prefer, cartridges, discs, or digital? Because I think we're entering in a new era where the digital downloads are becoming more and more prominent. In my opinion, it's unfortunate because I'm not a hardcore or huge game collector, but I enjoy having the physical copy of the games that I buy. I enjoy having the box, the manual. But it's hard to deny that we're entering a new age where digital downloads are becoming more prominent, and you can see that with the PlayStation Network. Some games are just download only now, and Nintendo is moving in that direction too with the eShop. Now I think every Nintendo first-party game released for the 3DS is going to be available as digital content as well. So we're seeing like the big name companies shifting towards digital, and I think people are embracing it more, unfortunately. But you know, it's not the same because you don't actually own the game. It might be more convenient in the sense that you don't have to be swapping games or discs or whatever. But yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna stick with my cartridge. You know, option, I guess, because of the loading times. You know, you have no loading times. It's faster. It has that nostalgia value, and even to this day, you know, we have cartridge formats in the sense that, you know, the 3DS and the Vita they both use some kind of, you know, cart format. With the 3DS, it works fine because there's no loading, but with the Vita, surprisingly, there are some games that have loading times, and I don't know how that works, because, you know, you have it's like a flash card inside the system, and you would think there would be no loading, but some games like Wipeout and even Gravity Rush, which is my favorite Vita game, they have some pretty terrible loading times. So go figure. But anyways, that was my answer to the question of the week, and hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you all later.